views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You are listening to Living Lighter Radio. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio.
Living Lighter provides a revolutionary way to address what's truly holding you back. We have the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter.
Join us now for a Living Lighter experience. This is Living Lighter Radio, and I'm Patricia. I'm here with my husband, Jason. And today we're going to talk about human potential. If you've ever been shamed and discredited because you couldn't be programmed, this is the show for you. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay, Jason, you're about jumping out of your seat over there.
I am.
With this topic. Why is it so important? And Jason, what is the topic? One more time.
The topic is human potential. And the reason I'm so excited about this, excited maybe isn't the right word, because the truth is, this touches my heart. I see so many people, including Patricia and I, who have been thrown away, discredited, disrespected, and invisible because our potential didn't come forward in a programming culture. We weren't able to be programmed, and very well. You know, I know for me, I could do it for a while, and then I couldn't sustain it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But right now, I want to talk to you, you know, the listeners out there right now, because chances are there's huge amounts of potential collectively with all of you right now that has been left to the wayside, that has been covered up, that has been wasted. And today I want to begin to recapture some of that for you in your life today, right now. This doesn't have to be big things. This doesn't have to be change the world type things. This can be, you know, do better at your job, make a little more money, be a better parent, have a better family. Let's start right now. So
what I'm hearing you say, and because it's here in my notes, you want everyone to know they can learn how to recover their potential, the potential that we were all born with. And how do we do that, Jason? How do you find your true potential?
We use the ecosystem approach, which simply put, removes the negative energy that's covering up your essence and your potential. Okay. It's really that simple. You know, you may not understand the words completely, but it's truly that simple. Okay. So, Jason told me that we were going to use the movie Rocky, the first Rocky, as an example. And so, Jason, I'm gonna turn this over to him. Jason, how is that example going to prove to us? Well, Rocky, the movie Rocky, I think it was made in the late 70s, was about sort of a guy from the other side of the tracks, a guy who was nobody, came into prominence, and he grabbed himself up by his bootstraps, common way of saying, talking about programming in our culture, to be a great success in this one particular fight. And if you've never seen the movie Rocky, just briefly, there was this guy in Philadelphia who was an enforcer for a loan shark. And you would see in the beginning of the movie how he was a kind, gentle guy. And he would go out and he was supposed to break someone's fingers or break someone's arm or beat someone up because he hadn't paid the loan shark back. And he would let him off. the guy who was going to hurt he'd make a relationship with him and then he'd let him off.
And you're talking about Rocky here.
Yes.
Okay.
You saw in the beginning of the movies where he loved animals and he was fascinated by this pet shop, and he was fascinated by this girl who worked in the pet shop.
It was really the girl in the pet shop he was fascinated by.
He loved animals too. It was a twofer, actually.
Yeah, okay.
The girl and the pet shop.
Okay.
But, he loved the animals and he really liked this girl. But what was interesting about this girl was that she was very shy. The movie made her look very unattractive, very, very plain, homely. And
by the way, which she was not.
She wasn't that way in real life. But what was interesting about Rocky is he saw through her shyness who she really was. He had that kind of sensitivity. It was really very touching. Then what happened was they created the situation where this famous fighter came to town and he was looking for a relative unknown. And he was going to fight them because the person he was supposed to fight wasn't available. So they chose Rocky, and all of a sudden he was famous. And the question was, how many rounds would this famous guy be in the ring with Rocky before he knocked Rocky out?
And odds were only one.
Yes, that he was going to get in the first round and he was going to knock Rocky out. And I'm going to tell you the end of the story. If you haven't seen it, everybody's seen it. But if you haven't, what happened at the end was Rocky was able to stay in the fight with this guy. He didn't knock him out, but that guy didn't knock Rocky out. And it was a great success. He was the hero. He stood in there with the champ. And if you remember the theme from Rocky, as he was charging up those stairs, and working out, that he was making something of himself.
Well, that's the tune of success, and noted by the 70s and the 80s, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our view of success. But here's the problem. It came from the fact that he was successful because he was told all his life he was a bum. He was a failure. You saw it in the movie. And the difference between authentic potential and what happened with Rocky is neurosis. What Rocky had was a neurosis, which is, if you go to the dictionary, is excessive and irrational anxiety or obsession. He was obsessed to do well in this fight because he was going to show all those people who called him a bum and a failure.
And a dummy.
And a dummy, that he could make it. He could be a success.
Right.
And he was angry. He was pissed. And that's what drove him. That's what drove him with that theme from Rocky going up the stairs. That was it. So with that said, the point we're trying to make is that success in our culture right now is framed as neurosis, where you're hard charging, you're so angry, you're so driven that you push everything else out of the way and just focus on what you're trying to do and focus over and over and over again. The problem is that that's neurosis.
And what it does, it covers up your authentic self. And I'm here to tell you, oh, wait a minute, I'll do it, Jason. No. However, I sound like a cow, didn't I? Yeah. Anyway, my point being that the programming that we have in our culture today covers up our authentic self. Our authentic self is who we are.
Yes. And so here's the point we're trying to make. Your authentic self is where the potential is. Your authentic self that has potential for days. It's sustainable. It will last not just for a few rounds in a ring.
Or a few days. It'll last all this lifetime.
Yes.
If it's uncovered.
And the ripple effects are amazing. It not only affects you, but it affects your family. It affects everyone around you.
Let's back that up. Say that one more time.
It affects everything in your life. It's not just you. It affects your family. It affects your coworkers. It affects everybody in your life. It affects you wherever you gather. This positive energy that comes from taking off the negative energy on your essence affects everything that you do.
Okay, so I just want to say this one more time. When you drive yourself towards success, you create negative energy that covers up your essence, your authentic self, your true human potential.
Yes.
So, Jason, with that said, what are the key points of this segment?
The hard-charging approach to success comes from neurosis, not true human potential. The cultural standard for success is contrary to the way humans are designed. That hard-charging approach is contrary to the way you're designed. That your potential comes from your authentic self, but common success methods cover it up. And that your potential has been thrown away. If it's been thrown away, you can begin to recover it with the ecosystem approach right now, today.
One more time, Jason, say that again.
If your potential has been thrown away, that affects almost everybody. You can begin to recover it with the ecosystem approach right now, today. We're gonna start today.
All right, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about what would happen if Rocky used the ecosystem approach growing up and what the likely outcome would be. I have to tell you all, Jason's gone completely bonkers with this one. You're going to have to stay tuned and listen. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit sarahluce.com. That's SARALOOS.com.
Introducing New Soul Science, an introductory course with Ruby Betty, offering profound wisdom alongside radically simple concepts and techniques that collapse time, allowing instantaneous personal transformation. The foundational techniques of this introductory course reveal the profound inner ability each human has to access and fulfill their individual soul script or soul promise. Awakening this ability leads to the mastery of one's destiny. The concepts are totally original, immensely powerful, and completely revolutionary. They ignite an infinite fire within each listener, fueling one's ability to live out their unique soul promise. Are you ready to become more aware and access amazing personal transformation? This course is available now at rubybetty.co.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
Defining success and putting minds to work. With the Higher Learners Career and Leadership Series, Rudy Racine will help you craft your personal definition of success, offering support and guidance as you move forward towards your goals. Take the leap. With the right mix of focus and motivation, anything can be achieved. Tune in every first and third Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern, and for more information on Rudy Racine and Higher Learners, visit Rudy's site at higherlearners.com. That's HIRE learners.com.
Love Living Radio Ignite Your Whole Being with Emily Perkins is a show for those looking to explore the sparkling magnificence of their inner selves. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific as Emily sheds a radiant light of love on the beauty and power that resides within you. Discussing love in all its forms through conversations that provoke awareness, curiosity, and expansion, Emily shares the unlimited power of love. For more information or to listen to this show, visit lovelivingholistics.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And today we're talking about human potential. And we're using the movie Rocky as an example. The question is, what would Rocky's life be like if he used the ecosystem approach growing up? We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. All right, Jason, what's wrong with being motivated to greatness like Rocky was?
Here's the rub, and it's a big deal. First of all, it's not sustainable. It can make you angry, bitter, and mean, almost evil. Now, it doesn't take much to look around the world today. A lot of our leaders today are not bastions of empathy, kindness, and love. They're hard-charging.
They're not huggies then. You know, you
not,
can't just hug them, right?
They're very cactus-like.
Oh, yeah.
And the world is crying out for new types of leadership, but this isn't about that. This is about your potential. And what I see is that this hard-charging approach, we talked about this a couple segments ago or a couple shows ago about bullies, about Rob Porter, who was the assistant to the president, how he was excellent credentials, but he pushed himself and driven himself so much that he went home to his wives, both of them, and beat them up.
Okay, so when you push and drive yourself, it creates negative side effects like abuse, illness, rage, hate, bad or non-existent intimate relationships, and interferes with your empathy or empathy in general.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to go back to the political arena for just a moment. And I want to say that, and I apologize, I am not a sports fan and I don't remember his name, but I just, I took one look at him and I could tell you he was a good guy. The basketball player who is donating a lot of money to at-risk kids. And the part that I'm talking about is that there are people out there that are putting this guy down for having empathy and for saying that these kids need help. Well, I just want you to know my hat's off to this guy. And if somebody wants to write me a little note right now and tell me who he is, I'll gladly say his name.
I think it's LeBron James.
Is that who it is? Yeah. That's exactly right. And so LeBron, I want to say thank you very, very, very much. Can I use your first name, LeBron? Okay, anyway.
But here's the point.
The point is, go.
It's a dichotomy that most of us can't do.
Right.
Because when LeBron is on the basketball court, he's not nice and huggable and loving and empathetic.
His authentic self comes through and is with
his philanthropy.
Yes.
With his nonprofit work.
Right.
And what I'm trying to say to the audience today is that kind of dichotomy is the exception. It's not the rule. That's not the way to get there. The way to get there is through the ecosystem approach, because most of us can't do it that way.
Right.
We can't program ourselves on one hand and then change our spots the next day and be this warm fuzzy.
Okay.
In fact, professional sports players have a reputation for spousal abuse.
Yes, they do.
And some really intense negative things regarding the family because of that hard-charging attitude. And that's the point we're trying to make today.
Right.
So, but we promised to tell you about Rocky.
Okay, so Jason, what would Rocky's life be, hypothetically, by using the ecosystem approach as he grew up?
You could see Rocky that he had this really kind, sensitive nature. And the first thing that an ecosystem approach would do is to start removing that negative programming of you're a bum, you're a failure, you won't amount to anything. Start removing that. And then what would happen is that he would start to find some of his strengths and weaknesses, not his strengths, and overcome his weaknesses. He might go to school. He might, he wasn't very well educated, but I know that was because he was called a bum and that he wouldn't amount to anything.
Right.
I could see him being something like an occupational therapist or a physical therapist, or maybe even a veterinarian because he loved animals so much. Having a great family, that everybody in his family loved him, that everybody in his neighborhood loved him, that his energy would have an effect on everybody that he met. Because
he was authentically a sensitive guy.
And a nice guy. And
right.
that energy would permeate his world.
Right.
In a really positive way. It wouldn't be as flashy. He probably wouldn't be charging up those stairways. They probably wouldn't have written that song about him.
Okay.
that song would be gone. So we could keep the song, but
all right.
That's the ecosystem approach.
And his motivation would be sustainable, and he wouldn't peak or begin to deteriorate.
Yes.
So
he would go for, he would get older and older, and he would get better and better.
Okay. So, Jason, let's talk about the newsletter bonus this week.
What's really neat is that we want to help you. Everything we do with the Living Lighter and the ecosystem approach is meant to be practical so that you can use it today in your life today. Every day. And this newsletter, we've created this newsletter because it's sort of the backstory of every one of our radio shows, but it also has clearings that support the topic. So this week's newsletter is about human potential, and we have clearings to help you uncover yours as soon as you get it. As soon as you read it, you're going to start to uncover your potential, and just do it over and over and over again. It will get better. And so all you have to do is go to our website at www.livinglighter.org, go to our newsletter tab. We just ask for your name and email address. It's free. There's no reason why you can't go right now and go sign up. Yeah.
Okay.
Sign up right now. Yes.
So, Jason, back to human potential. What happens when you use the ecosystem approach?
You develop your intuition. Your intuition is a pathway to knowledge and information that is like having the most powerful computer on your head all the time. Your intuition can give you access to knowledge that is 100 times more, has more power than Google.
Now, he's not saying that it's a computer that holds information, but he is saying that. What he is saying is that when we have the ability to use our intuition, we can see the difference between.
It directs us, yes.
Exactly.
The difference between what's crap and what's not.
Good one.
What's good and what's bad.
Okay.
What direction to go. It helps you when you use the ecosystem approach. It helps you refine your emotions.
Yes.
So they're helpful. Our emotions today are so over the top. They've been suppressed for so long.
I don't know what you mean by that.
People are emotional in the street. They're emotional about every single topic under the sun.
Well, they're emotional in the White House.
They're emotional in the White House, but it affects everything.
Okay.
Everything. And then they're not helpful. That's the point.
And that's exactly right. So when you refine your emotions, it helps you increase your wisdom. It helps create your creativity and your ability to be more humane. So,
to have power in the world, to have power that's
what I was trying to say. Thank you,
humanely.
Jason.
That's the ecosystem approach.
Yes.
So let's go back. The ecosystem approach helps you with your intuition. It helps refine your emotions so they're useful. It creates wisdom, and your creativity increases, and your ability to use power in the world more humanely. There are no limits. There is nothing that you can't do with the ecosystem approach, and your imagination can be used to create possibilities that are unavailable with a programming culture.
The ecosystem approach creates people who can cooperate to implement solutions created by the imagination and creativity we're talking about. This is really, really, really important. There's one more major point here I think is really important as well. Programming creates hard barriers to forward movement. The ecosystem approach removes those barriers.
The negative energy of programming, that's such a good point.
It is.
Because that negative energy of programming that makes you angry, mean, shameful, guilty,
bitter,
unworthy, feeling like a failure.
No motivation.
Mm-hmm. Those are the barriers.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that have been successful, they are successful in a very narrow area, but the rest of their life doesn't look so hot. Steve Jobs is a great example. He was a genius, and he had this great ability. I have an iPhone right now, and I'm talking to you from an Apple computer. But he died of cancer, a very severe form of cancer, way too young. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you, it was
toxic energy.
He had a reputation for being a really toxic personality. He was hard to be around.
Yes.
He could fly off the handle and get really angry. That I sure didn't help him very much.
So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Your authentic self is real and your true source of motivation and success. That abuse can trigger intense emotions, but they are not sustainable and can make you mean and evil. And that the ecosystem approach is slow and steady, but consistent. It's not flashy or wild. And that the ecosystem approach is deeply satisfying and leads to potential that's unknown today, not only for you, but for others.
Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about ways for you to recover all of your potential. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Steve Kramer of Spirit Fire Radio, and I believe that meditation changes everything. It leads us in the direction of greater well-being, and that's a fact. I struggled with meditation for years. I understood the principles, but I found it hard to incorporate them into my everyday life. Spirit Fire's meditation practice changed that. It's called the Practice of Living Awareness, and it's taught in 14 steps. These are 14 tools that I can use in any moment, on and off the cushion. Steps like smile, flow, and ground of being support my clarity of mind while I'm navigating the ups and downs of modern life. That's why it's called the Practice of Living Awareness. If you'd like to add meditation to your daily experience, the Practice of Living Awareness is free, online, and it's suited for any level of practitioner. Visit spiritfire.com for more information. And be sure to check out Spirit Fire's meditation retreats in Western Massachusetts. It's all there at spiritfire.com.
Ignite your inner magic on Grow Your Soul Radio with Jane Matanga. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Jane Matanga explores how to overcome your fears to help you gain the inspiration you need to awaken your path to joy. Learn the way to life mastery and the enlightened path with Grow Your Soul Radio. For more information on Jane Matanga and her work, visit enlightened-path.com.
Are you tired of being tired? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know the adrenal glands, the workhorse of the body? They are the means by which you position yourself in life for whatever comes your way. Tiny but mighty, producing hormones the body uses to promote energy and vitality. These adrenals determine how you respond to stress, and when depleted, the body loses its ability to function powerfully when we need it most. The much-needed adrenaline or epinephrine is not available for emergency situations. Cortisone and cortisol, the longer-acting anti-stress adrenal hormones, can also become depleted due to the pace of our everyday lives. We overwork and undernutrition our most powerful ally that helps us to live the lives we desire. We are able to determine the optimum function of the adrenals and put your system back in balance. Contact us today to feel powerfully energized at 888-777-4232 or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Have you ever wondered if there's a way to heal the deep, hidden inner issues, wounds, beliefs, and traumas? The journey into spiritual healing engages people in all areas of their lives to heal themselves and others. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Dr. Jaffe brings conversations of healing of body, mind, and spirit as he merges the excellence of traditional medicine with the beauty of spiritual healing. For more information about Dr. Jaffe, this show, and his work, visit drjaffemd.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And today we're talking about human potential and how to connect with your own potential. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay. Jason, explain why human potential is infinite with the ecosystem approach.
The ecosystem approach restores your essence. And I guess this is hard to explain because we don't see, it's not commonly held that your essence is the root of your existence, is the powerhouse of your potential. It's where it's contained. It's where it's stored. If you could see energy the way we see energy, we see people's potential because we're looking at their essence.
Right.
It's knowable via intuition. But because intuition has been covered up, because our potential has been covered up with too much programming, it gets squelched. It gets subdued. It gets, it's like it's covered up. It's like a beautiful old car that you look at an old barn and it's full of dust and you can't see it until you wash it down.
But somehow you know what's underneath is going to be beautiful.
Exactly. And I guarantee you, every one of your, everybody's essence is so perfect for you. It's who you are.
It's so unique.
What makes you happy.
Yes, absolutely. So the ecosystem approach restores essence and enables essence to grow and develop and evolve with no limits. Jason, what do you mean by that?
Again, if you look at the energy of your essence, it's pliable, it grows, it learns, it develops. But when it's covered up with negative energy, it becomes brittle, rigid, toxic. It starts to fail. It starts to diminish. It starts to break down. And on the other hand, the more toxic energy you remove, the more it says, let me go. I think the best example is we've seen all those Dawn commercials, with Dawn soap, where the duck is filled with oil. She was in an oil spill, and the duck is pulled out of the water. And it's full of black, gunky oil, and then Dawn uses
dish soap.
Dish soap. Washes her off, and then the duck flies away, just like she did before. It's sort of like that.
She waddles, Jason. She waddles.
She has to fly sometime, but that's a very simplistic way of saying it because we have layers and layers and layers of negative energy.
Yes.
That's why we're always saying you have to clear energy constantly and consistently because there's so much of it. People believe, this is an important point, that you can go to a yoga class once a week and get rid of your negative energy. But if you could see energy like we do, that's not even close to enough.
And we're not saying yoga is bad. In fact, we're saying, yes, go for the yoga.
It's better than no energy at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. When there's no energy at all, Jason.
No energy work at all.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. No energy.
When there's no energy,
yeah.
you're pretty much you're dead. But that's a whole other show. But the point remains is absolutely do all of the good things that you need to do in your life and all of those things. But when we start uncovering and taking off that toxic energy, your authentic self, your true human potential starts to come up and people start seeing it. It is, and you start actually feeling it. Boy, talk about warm, fuzzy, and amazing, and powerful. Oh my gosh, it is wonderful.
I know this doesn't apply to Patricia, but as I get older, and we're in this community now that it's not a really retirement community, but there's a lot of people that are retired here, older people. Oh my gosh, as you get older, people should become even more alive and even more wise and even more full of that that va-va-voom, that whoop-de-doo, that you have because you're removing negative energy. But because we're in a programming culture, what I see is people retire, they become rigid, they become grumpy, they become childlike, they become opinionated, not in a good way, not in an intellectually sharp way. And that's all symptoms of too much programming and then never removing that negative energy.
Right.
And I'm so excited about being 10 years older and 20 years older because I'm constantly and consistently removing that negative energy, as is Patricia. And we're doing this together. It makes us individually much more, improves us in ways that we can't count. It recovers our potential, but even with us together, our potential as a couple becomes greater. And that's what's also very exciting.
Well, and I want to say, in our relationship, it's not that I need to have toxic energy uncovered. Oh, no, and removed. It's not me. It's all Jason. It's first chance I've had to zing him in a while.
That's a whole nother show. Well, and that's
but our relationship would not be what it is today without doing removing the negative energies. And it has been, I'll say it as clearly as I can, it has been quite a journey, but it has also been a very emotional, interesting, but really fun.
It's an adventure. It's a true adventure.
It really, really is. It really, really is. I couldn't agree with you more. So with that said, Jason, let's get back to, if you're interested in infinite potential, is it possible because there is something you want to achieve?
Of course. The best way to achieve that is start removing negative energy. If you want to start today to uncover, to recapture your potential, start removing negative energy. And oh, by the way, in our next segment, we're going to do just that.
Okay.
So stay tuned. Make sure you're signed up for our newsletter because you have to do that to get the additional clearings. It's all written down for you.
Okay. And I just want to go back to uncovering your true potential. I didn't start painting until I was 50 years old. I didn't start teaching a water aerobic class until I was, I think, 52. And I have to tell you, I have had so much fun doing so many things, new things, and then perfecting things I learned as a kid. It's amazing what you can do when you uncover your human potential. So, Jason, there's one more thing. When you start to recover your potential for yourself and start removing the negative energy, how do you do that? Let's just back that up. How do you do it? By doing
constantly and consistently.
Yes. And it's huge. It's a really, really, really big deal. So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Your essence has all the tools you need to achieve whatever you want. That programming creates hard barriers to forward progress. To begin to access your potential, start removing negative energy. Next segment, we're going to do that. The key to infinite potential is constantly and consistently removing negative energy. So this is how you do it. This is how you remove negative energy. And we're going to tell you how to do it. And then next segment, we're going to do some. So all you have to do is sit comfortably. You don't have to get any special posture, any special, you don't have to sit in any special way. Imagine in your mind's eye, in your imagination, a trash can. And as we say, to eliminate, blow it out gently and blow it into that trash can. So as we say, and to eliminate, gather up all that negative energy in your body that we're trying to eliminate, that we say very specifically what it is, and then blow it into the trash can. You don't have to blow hard. You don't have to breathe hard. No heavy breathing. We don't want anybody to pass out. It's not necessary. It doesn't help you to breathe harder. You just move as long as you just take a gentle breath.
Okay, and then we're going to then activate life force energy, and we're just going to reverse the project, but you're still going to take that life force energy in, and then you're going to blow a gentle breath out. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to do some clearing and some energy work to help you to begin to recover your true potential. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Would you like your next chapter to be free from fear and angst? Tune in to Your Next Chapter Radio, navigating through life's transitions with Shelley Ryan the fourth Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Shelley's contagious enthusiasm guides you through life's transitions deliberately, mindfully, and funnily. For Your Next Chapter coaching or to listen, visit YourNextChapterCoaching.com or call 602-617-8351. Next. Our angels and animals are always working for and around us. Darcy Pariso knew from an early age she felt this incredible presence that was confirmed for her in a Reiki Level 1 course. From then on, she has honed her skills and dedicated her talents to providing answers, inspiration, and tools for people to move past limiting blocks and past traumas to truly live a life of happiness. For more information about working with Darcy, visit darcypariso.com.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Interested in deepening your spiritual practice? The School for Esoteric Studies offers online training to spiritual seekers from all paths of life and individual coaching. Our courses synthesize Eastern and Western spiritual traditions based on meditation, study, and service applied to everyday life. To learn more about our courses and services, please visit www.esotericstudies.net.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Are you ready to attract abundance, release stress, look and feel younger, all from your smartphone? Get Pure Light, a free mobile app with audios that transmit powerful frequencies to shift anything in your life. Created by some of the world's top energy healers, these audios have created miracles, often quickly. Enjoy the latest in conscious technology and download Pure Light today. To find out more, visit purelightaudio.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And today we're talking about your infinite potential. We're going to start right now.
Here we go.
There you go.
We're going to remove some negative energy, and we're going to begin to uncover your potential. Now, the truth is, every show that we've done up to now, We always remove negative energy in this segment, and that uncovers your potential, even if we're on a different topic. So it doesn't matter what topic we're on, but this is specifically about your potential. So here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see more clearly my own potential. Take a breath. All the negative energy of shame, guilt, feeling of being a failure, feeling that I'm not good enough, that keeps me from my potential. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the barriers so I can see all I have to do is start clearing negative energy. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the barriers so I can commit to myself easily just to clear negative energy on a daily basis. Sign up for the newsletter and clear on a daily basis. It's all right. I threw in the plug in the middle of clearing. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the numbness I have to my essence and its potential for me. Take a nice breath. And to eliminate the fear I have of my own potential. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the fear I have of being successful, the fear I have of the responsibility of being successful. Take a breath. You'd be surprised how many people feel that way. They don't want to be successful because it makes it more difficult in a kind of perverse sort of way.
And to eliminate all the fear that says, well, if I try this on my own, I'll do it wrong. When the truth is your intentions matter here. So release and let go of that fear right now. Take a breath.
The shame and guilt and to eliminate the shame and guilt that I carry that says I'm not good enough, I'm a bum, I'm a failure, I'm no good, even if I'm not Rocky. Take a breath.
Good one.
And to eliminate any programming I have in my childhood about who I'm supposed to be, who I'm supposed to look like, even if that's not really who I am. Take a breath.
Here's a big one. And to eliminate my fear that I won't like what my potential is offering me, and therefore, so why bother? I release and let go of that fear. I guarantee you will love your potential. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my fear that it's going to be too hard, that it's just easier, more comfortable doing it the way I'm doing it. Take a breath.
And to eliminate all of the programming that's keeping me stuck in that last clearing, that in the fears about that last clearing that Jason just said. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my love of programming, my addiction to programming, feeling like programming is just easier. Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can start to see some of the negative effects of programming in my life and other people's life, especially those close to me. Yeah. Take a breath.
And to eliminate, so I can always start with clearing instead of programming, and then program myself if needed. Take a breath.
You know, people don't understand this, but if you're trying to wake up in the morning and get to work on time, and you don't want to force yourself, clear so you wake up on time and keep clearing that. But at the end of the day, you have to still force yourself to go because, hey, you have to get to work on time.
Exactly. And it's okay to use an alarm clock.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
And to eliminate the barriers to that special part of me that gets excited, that makes me happy, as I get a glimpse of my potential, as I get a glimpse of this authentic part of me that's been covered up and discredited and pushed aside and is invisible. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the blocks and barriers that are keeping me from my potential, so I can be that writer, or at least start moving in that direction. I can be that artist, start moving in that direction, or be an accountant if that's what I want to be. Take a breath authentically.
And to activate life force, so I have the strength and courage to have hope for my potential.
That's a good one, everyone.
Just reverse the process and have it come into you, so that
right. Let it let it come all the way through you, nice and easy. And to activate life force, so I can love myself enough to want to access more of my potential. Take a breath.
And to activate life force, so I have the courage to believe that I have the right to all my potential. Take a breath.
Nice. Here's a big one. And to activate life force, so I can trust that my potential is something I can clear for and actually develop. Take a breath. Just let that wash all the way over the top of you.
And to activate life force, so I can trust that my potential is within my control.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Okay, Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
You know, this is one of the questions we've had the most over 18 years. Well, at least it's one of the top 10. And it's about making a decision. People come to us asking, well, you know, I need to make this decision. I need some help. And they feel like we have special insight, or we're going to tell them what way to go. And the truth is that it's about them. It's not about us. It's not for us to dictate a decision, but we can really help you make a decision. And you'll have to stay tuned to find out how we do that.
Well, Jason, should or shouldn't I listen to the show?
Well, of course. If you can't decide to listen. And
there you go.
Tell you from there. Yes.
I love that. If you liked your experience with us today, mark your calendar. The Living Lighter Radio is every week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't listen at that time, our show is recorded and you can go to our website at our website, www.livinglighter.org, and look for the radio tab. While you're on our website, sign up for our newsletter, which we talked about, get the backstory for Living Lighter, and enjoy what we do.
You know, in this last segment, I just want to say, we love to hear your comments. You know, if you have a topic suggestion, send it on. If there's something that really touched you in this show or any of the past shows, send us an email. We love to hear from you. We'd be happy to answer. And our email address is jason@Patricia, JASON and Patricia, PATRICIA @livinglighter.org. And send us a note. We'd love to hear from you.
If you got a benefit today or had some fun, go like us on Facebook. We're at livinglighter.org.
Oh, Patricia.
What?
I love those likes. I get this big charge when someone takes the time to go to Facebook and like us. It makes me all tingly. So please make me happy. And if you like this, if you enjoyed the show today, please go on Facebook and like us. We really appreciate that.
We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio. You're listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia.
wishing you a lifetime of living lighter.
Thank you for listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly as we discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information, visit our website at www.livinglighter.org.